Hello and welcome to the workshop. We appreciate you stopping by. We do a brand new video every single day except Friday. So if you are into sneakers, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now today's video is sponsored by StockX, which is pretty relevant to today's video because every sneaker on this list is a sneaker that I am currently hunting. I'm on StockX regularly trying to find a steal. As some of you already know, I've bought and sold quite a few sneakers on StockX. A couple years ago, I sold pretty much my entire sneaker collection. All of my brand new dead stock pairs, I sold them on StockX. And now as I hunt for certain grails or the few pairs that I regret selling, that's where I go. And if you tune in regularly, then you know I've also bought quite a few sneakers off of StockX as well. I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with StockX, the website, the app, all of that good stuff. But for those of you who are not, we will put a link in the description of this video and you can go check them out. Now, I want to talk about sneakers, of course. I mean, that goes without saying, but more specifically, the 5 sneakers I regret selling. I almost never regret selling any pair, but there are those few times here and there where I'm just like, why? What was I thinking? Is that a country song? What was I thinking? That country song, right? Yeah, all right. Anyways, you get the point. Let that sink in. Let that country reverberate in your eardrums. That's how I feel. So on that note, pun intended, here are the 5 sneakers that I really regret selling. Number 1, the OffWhite Nike Presto. Man, I goofed on this one for a couple different reasons. First of all, it may be the best off-white sneaker ever created, in my opinion. It certainly is towards the top of the list if it is not the best. I sold my pair even though I really liked them. Even though that voice in my head was saying, don't do it, don't do it. I sold them and now they go for like 3 times as much. So I'm just like, oh well, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Still, it is a pair that I would love to have. So now I'll kind of just sulk in regret on the bad days, and on the good days, I'm gonna hunt for them. And I'm gonna hunt and hope that I find a pair for a reasonable price. Number 2, the Supreme Nike More Uptempo, also known as the SIMPSON. For those of you who know me, you know the More Uptempo is one of my favorite sneakers of all time. I mean, like, I'm talking all time. It's a sneaker I've loved since I was a kid, and I'm not one of those people who loves everything that Supreme does, right? I didn't buy the Supreme brick. I think the More Uptempo also got beat into the ground with all the different colorways. I've even seen like some hybrids. I mean, Nike overdid it for sure, and you do hate to see it, especially with a classic sneaker, but Supreme did these right. And again, I sold them for way less than what they go for now. Sneakers really are like stocks, right? They are. The values fluctuate. They go up and down, and if you're on the wrong side of that, or on the wrong end, I should say, it sucks. It's not a good feeling. Number 3, the Travis Scott Nike Air Force One. I sold these and flat out I should have kept them. I wanted to tie-dye the shoe. A lot of you may remember when I said that, but I was afraid I was gonna mess them up. This was before my brother and I really figured out how to tie-dye. As you can see, now it's tie-dye boys. But we were afraid we were gonna mess them up, and so I let them go. And again, of course, they're more expensive now. Surprise, surprise. Travis Scott stocks, they're up right now. So I may just bite the bullet and buy a pair because, relatively speaking, the prices aren't too crazy. They're definitely not as expensive as the other pairs on this list, and I know that if we do tie-dye them, we can make them look incredible. So this is the one pair that I might pull the trigger on first. Number 4, the Air Jordan 1 Shattered Backboard. This shoe is awesome. One of my favorite Jordan 1s, and I definitely regret letting them go on the one hand, but this is the one that stings the least because they went to a good friend of mine. I actually sold them for retail. True story. I had worn them a couple times, but nonetheless, they were going for way more than retail. I think $700-800 at the time, and now they go for over $1,000. So I do miss them, but at least I know they went to a good home, and I kind of did a good deed, so to speak, with the retail alley-oop. So, you know, sneaker karma is a real thing. Definitely. Number 5, last but not least, definitely not least, the Nike SB Skunk. My favorite Nike SB of all time. Also, fun fact, the first YouTube video that we ever did on this very channel. This whole thing It started with a review of the Nike SB Skunk on a picnic bench with a cheap camera and no clue what we were doing. The worst part about these is I wear a size 13 and they're really hard to find. I mean, forget about the prices. You know, I think I sold my pair for $600 and now they go for double that at least, if you can even find your size. There just aren't that many pairs at this point, especially size 13, that are in good condition, much less brand new. So this is the pair that I'm probably least likely to find, and probably the pair that has the most sentimental value, for lack of a better word, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, they are all just sneakers and they are all just material things. So it is what it is. And there you have it. No regrets, as they say. And yet one single tear falls from my eye in slow motion. The agony sets in. It's a rough life, but hey, we live to fight another day. The show goes on, or the hunt goes on, I should say. You know, down here at the workshop, we are always hunting. And that's the great thing about sneakers. Even if you do sell a pair, you can always try to track them down and find them again. Thrill of the chase, as they say. So these are the 5 pairs that I regret selling personally. But let us know, which pairs or pair do you regret selling? What's that one pair that got away? That one pair where you were like, ah, man, I really wish I didn't sell those. I wish I could snap my fingers and bring those back to me. Leave a comment below and let us know. Always love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. You are very, very appreciated. We will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, right here at the workshop. Until then, adios.